I did.
Wait. Do you know who that is?
Bigot, neo-Nazi, and Ye's best friend, Nick Fuentes, decided to have a little burger out while he's in Los Angeles. In fact, in Hollywood, at that In-N-Out burger there, he's like, this is a touristy spot. You know, I always wondered what the special sauce was in those burgers. So he went in there, as you see, slinging drinks at people. Those two guys were actually with him. That's who caught the Sprite on the back. This whole thing started because apparently a couple who recognized Fuentes and didn't like the fact that he's a huge bigot and a Nazi and goes around telling folks like him that they can go ahead and engage in violence. They were upset at him. In fact, they filmed themselves throwing ketchup at him as they left the restaurant. Watch this.
It is Nick Fuentes. He pretended that it wasn't him, but it's really him. What the Nick Fuentes? You racist?
So after getting called out and yelled at, ketchup was tossed. He got upset, took several minutes to process it, then decided to throw his drink on his buddies. In fact, one of those buddies talked about it. And since people were saying, yo, Nick Fuentes walked in and started throwing sodas, he said, no, that wasn't the case. That Nazi came in and he was attacked first. Watch that.
Before this goes viral, I know this is gonna look bad on Nick Fuentes. You could see him throwing a Sprite in the In-N-Out. But if you look at the ceiling right here, you see there's ketchup all over. That's because some lady and her husband came up to us, flipped us off, and then threw the ketchup all over me and Nick, mostly Nick. I just wiped it out of my hoodie, and he retaliated with the Sprite. That's actually what happened. We were attacked first, and we told them to go away. They went away and threw ketchup at us. He should not have thrown a Sprite, but that's the truth. And it's all over my favorite hoodie, man.
Well, that guy at the hoodie right there with the backpack on said, tried to straighten up the whole thing there when it came to who started the food fight that Nick Fuentes then engaged in that included his buddies. And he mentioned my favorite hoodie of all time. That guy's name is Sneeko. He was hanging out with Fuentes. He's the newest member of this band of idiots, I suppose, that surround themselves with Kanye. But he's the one who's then joined them on this whole campaign, if you can call it that, for president that Ye's talking about. But the whole thing with him pretending to be someone else was part of this cowardice when he comes out and sticks his face in public. Hey, be proud of who you are, bro. I thought you're supreme. Let's go to those details. So before that drink toss, Fuentes had apparently been confronted by diners and initially pretended to be someone else, which you heard those folks saying in that video. The customers then threw ketchup-filled paper cups at him while walking out, and he lashed back with that whole drink thing. Police were not called to the scene though, and Fuentes left shortly after throwing that drink. So more on Sneeko, as since I pointed him out, and he's just, I'd never heard of him. Apparently he's well known enough that he's hanging around Nick Fuentes. So he's a racist YouTuber as well, according to the Daily Beast, who achieved internet infamy by urging pedestrians to say the N-word. He's joined the ranks of West's expanding informal 2024 presidential campaign. His name is Nico Ken de Balthanese, better known as Sneeko. He said on Monday night that he's taken a hiatus from live streaming to focus on his new role with the anti-Semitic rapper Ye. Here he is in this picture that we saw when Ye was announcing his upcoming presidential run with Milo, then recording him. And there's Sneeko sitting over there on the right side of the corner. So he insisted that it's a career move to fight the new world order. He admitted that he would be subservient in his new role. So far, West has also enlisted the help of far-right internet troll Milo, as we know, and Nick Fuentes. But update here, I saw this yesterday. Milo apparently is parted ways with the campaign because I guess they're not seeing eye to eye, or they're upset about his appearances where he says Nazi things. Either way it goes, this is Hollywood now, I guess, and maybe he'll start noticing that nobody wants to see his face. Just keep it in front of the camera, spewing all your nonsense. That's Nick Fuentes. That's their new folks.